and we'll jump right into our topic for today. So, first things first, the agenda for our session today. We're going to do a little bit of homework take-up. That was about persuasive writing. And then we're going to check out a couple vocab words, a short story, and then back to our persuasive writing topic. So let's start with the homework take-up. This homework said not only to write a persuasive paragraph, but to take on a specific role when writing your paragraph. So here, we are trying to imagine ourselves as the new principal for our school. Write a paragraph about the following topic. Would I be a great choice to be in charge of my school? So this is your topic. You're going to decide, are you going to be a good choice? You can say yeah, you can say no, and explain that choice. So the explanation part is the persuasion. You're trying to be as convincing as possible. You're trying to provide relevant information. So please submit your answer whenever you are ready. Hopefully it's already completed. It was for homework. If not, I'll give you a couple minutes to write it up right now. All right, Amy, so I see you joined our class. If you were here for last week's class, we were assigned this homework question to take on a specific role as the new principal for your school and to write a paragraph or persuasive paragraph about this following topic. Would I be a great choice to be in charge of the school? So if you were here last week and you've completed the question, please submit your answer. If not, I'll give you a couple minutes to write your answer right now. If you have any questions, let me know. All right, so I see one answer here so far. That's great. If anybody's still writing, I'll give you another minute or two to complete, and then I'll take it up. All right, so let me check out our answer here. All right, Charlie, can you read your answer for us, please? Charlie, whenever you're ready, you can read your answer.
I would be a great choice for my school because I would improve the school. First, I would make the school better by improving the relationships with the students and staff. Also, I would model positive behavior by demonstrating how to use manners and be safe. Then I would set goals for the students and try to help them to reach their goals. That is why I'd be a good principal for a school.
All right, so this paragraph right here is an excellent answer from top to bottom. You have everything covered. So very nicely done, Charlie, and definitely improved from last week as well. So great stuff here. We have a solid topic sentence, very straight to the point, very clear, and it provides a brief explanation of what we're about to discuss. We're going to obviously talk about you being a good choice, but why? Because overall, you're going to improve the school. So now, how are you going to improve the school? Well, I'll do it by doing this point, and this point. So excellent job. Everything is very relatable and very organized. Very well done. So let's proofread this. I would be a great choice for my school because I would improve the school. Solid. I would add one detail here. We are talking about of becoming the new principal. So let's include that in our sentence as well. I would be a great choice of becoming the new principal for my school. Let's see. I think all of this is what I included. Yeah. Okay. First, I'd make the school better by improving relationships with the students and staff. Also, I'd model positive behavior by demonstrating how to use manners and be safe. Then I would set goals for the students and try to help them reach their goals. That is why I would be a good principal for the school. Solid. So I included principal for the end. Great job. I would include a transition word here just to clearly wrap things up. So we can say overall, that lowercase is why I would be a good principal. So we start off by saying great, then we say good. It's a very minor detail here, but we can try to end off with a stronger note. So we can say that's why I would be, sorry, let me not take that away, the perfect principal for the school. All right, overall, very well done. Excellent answer. We got another answer here. All right, Amy, can you read your answer for us, please?
I think I will be a great choice to be in charge of school because I will make sure students are helping the school to be better. For example, I will let students to respect each other's. I don't want to have any students' feelings hurt. Also, I will make sure students clean their own trash. I don't want a trashy school. These are the reasons why I am a great choice for being principal.
All right, so nicely done. Very similar to our previous answer in terms of our structure. We have a clear topic sentence. We include we include what we think. So we think we're going to be a good choice. And then we briefly talk about why we think that in a very vague statement, which is good. Vague is fine for our topic sentence. So I will make sure students are helping the school to be better. Instead of be, I'm going to change that to become better. So overall, we're trying to say that with you in charge, the school would be heading into the right direction. For example, I will let students to respect each other. So good points to make here, but the phrasing can be changed a little bit. we can say, I will encourage, let me just cross this out. I will encourage students to respect each other. Each other should just be one word, I believe. Oh, no, two words. Okay. Well, either way, should be singular. I will encourage students to respect each other. I don't want to have any students' feelings hurt. So students should have an apostrophe right here because we're talking about their feelings. It is the feelings that belong to them. Also, I'll make sure students clean their own trash. I don't want a trashy school. This point makes sense. It's a good explanation. However, this is not really like a formal way of explaining things by calling things trashy. So let's use another word, or let's just change the phrasing entirely. Let's say, I don't want the school to have a poor image. Now, poor doesn't necessarily mean financially poor. It can also mean just not good. I think this is all that I included. These are the reasons why I am a great choice for being principal. Excellent. Excellent conclusion. Great job with stating your point and then backing it up. So here we state our point to respect each other, and then we back it up by saying, you don't want people's feelings hurt. Great. The only thing I'll add is you included 2 points. You can try to aim for 3 points. Typically, we do 3. Aside from that, very well done. 2 very strong paragraphs right here, so great job you guys. Let's keep it moving. Let's check out our vocab. All right, so Amy, can you read this slide for us, please?
Divulge. Definition. Make known to the public information that was previously known only to a few people or was a secret. Example, I am always on the attack. He proudly divulged while he was there. And he wasn't talking about a board game.
All right, and Charlie, can you read the second word?
Erratic. Adjective. A definition liable to sudden unpredictable change. Example, perhaps more important, parents with higher IQs tend to get more education and IQ is strongly hereditary.
All right, so that last part, that's my bad. I forgot to make a small adjustment to the example. Should have been this. Charlie, can you read this last sentence now?
Example, there was a horrible, erratic thumping in my chest, as if a large bird was trapped inside my ribcage and beating itself to death.
All right, very well done. Thank you guys for reading. So the first one is divulge. It is a verb. And what does it mean? Essentially, it means to spill some information, to let out a secret, or to talk to people about something that shouldn't be public knowledge. So if you're divulging information, that means you are publicly stating something that should have been kept quiet. So in this case here, he proudly divulged, meaning he proudly discussed about a topic that he probably shouldn't have talked about. Erratic, this is an adjective, and the best way to describe erratic is this word right here, unpredictable. So it is describing something to be unpredictable. So if you are using erratic as an adjective, you can be describing an action, you can be describing a person, someone's behavior, whatever it is, you can describe it to be unpredictable. All right, so using those 2 words, your task here is to write a short story or a paragraph and try to reach around 4 to 5 sentences. Now, you also have to write about this following topic. You're going to write about if you could switch lives with anyone for a day, who would it be? Describe your experience, and of course, use the 2 words provided to you. So I'll give you guys the prompt in the chat, and then I'll put the definitions on the screen. If there are any questions, please let me know. All right, so it's been around 5-6 minutes so far. Let's try to wrap up our answers here. Again, around 4 to 5 sentences for your answer. Should take roughly like 7 minutes or so. So I'll give you another 1 or 2 minutes to wrap it up. All right, so let's take up our answer here. And if any more answers come in, feel free to submit. All right, Charlie, can you read your answer for us, please?
If I could be anyone for a day, I would be someone rich so I would have a lot of money. It might be erratic at first since I would have a lot of work to do. I might divulge something I wasn't supposed to. However, in the end, I would have a lot of fun being rich. I would spend all day lounging in a heated hot tub.
All right, excellent job. So I like how you combined both of your words, erratic and divulge, into a sentence that makes sense for this context. So your choice would be erratic. You might divulge private information. Excellent stuff. Let's proofread this. If I could be anyone for a day, I'll be someone rich, so I would have a lot of money. I think minor issue here, but I think would should be could. So I could have a lot of money. Might be erratic at first, since I would have a lot of work to do, and I might divulge something I wasn't supposed to. All right, so this last part here, it makes sense. It sounds like it makes sense grammatically. However, the way you're writing it seems like we have to include information after it. So we either put this highlighted portion as another sentence, or we have to add something further to this existing sentence. So it might be erratic at first since I'd have a lot of work to do. And thinking, cut this off at one sentence. And we can say, in addition to that, I would have to be extra careful so that I don't divulge something I wasn't supposed to. Yeah, so this is going to be red. And cut this out as well. All right, in addition to that, I'd have to be extra careful so that I don't divulge something I wasn't supposed to. However, in the end, I would have a lot of fun being rich, and I would spend all day lounging in a heated hot tub. Excellent. Very well done. Just a little bit of phrasing issues here and there. Adding a phrase like this, by the way, helps with boosting your writing level to another higher, more advanced level. These type of phrases are called transition words or transition phrases. So to go from one sentence to another in a more smooth manner, you can incorporate these. So yeah, excellent stuff. I don't see another answer, so I'm going to move on to our next topic, which is a short story. Just 3 slides of our story, and then 3 questions. The first slide, Amy, can you read this slide for us, please?
The mysterious campfire. The campfire crackled in the cool night air as a group of friends sat in a circle, their faces lit by the flickering orange glow. Emma had suggested the camping trip after a particularly stressful school term, hoping they could all relax and enjoy the great outdoors. Her twin brother Liam had reluctantly agreed, bring along his best friend, Noah, while Emma invited her classmate, Ava. The group had been hiking all day, but something about this clearing in the woods felt unusual. As the flames danced, Emma noticed strange symbols etched into the stones surrounding the fire. Do you see that? She whispered, pointing at the markings. The others leaned in, curiosity sparking among them. Noah examined the symbols more closely. These look ancient, he said, brushing his hand over the smooth, weathered stones. Liam rolled his eyes. You're overthinking it. They're probably just random scratches. But Ava shook her head. No, Liam, these aren't random. I think they're a warning. Her voice was calm but serious. The friends exchanged uneasy glances. The campfire atmosphere now replaced with a growing sense of unease. The wind picked up slightly, carrying with it a faint, eerie whistle that seemed to come from the tree.
All right, excellent job. And Charlie, can you read this slide for us, please? Charlie, whenever you're ready.
Determined to investigate, Emma stood up. Let's look around, she said, grabbing her flashlight. The others hesitated, but her confident tone convinced them to follow. They ventured a few meters from the campfire, their flashlights cutting through the dense shadows of the forest. Soon they stumbled upon a small wooden chest half buried in the ground. Should we open it? Liam asked, his earlier skepticism replaced with intrigue. Before anyone could respond, Noah knelt down and slowly lifted the lid. Inside were brittle papers, a rusty key, and what looked like an old compass. This must belong to someone, Ava said, picking up the compass. But who? And why leave it here? Emma flipped through the papers, finding faded maps and ineligible handwriting. These maps lead somewhere, she said. It's like a treasure hunt. The group's initial fear was now overshadowed by excitement. but as they examined the items further, the eerie whistle grew louder, almost as if the forest alive was, uh, almost as if the forest itself was alive and watching them. Noah glanced nervously at the dark trees. Maybe you should go back to the fire.
All right, very well done. And our final slide. Amy, can you read this slide, please?
Just as they began to retrace their steps, the compass needle started spinning wildly. It's broken, Lion muttered, but Ava frowned. No, it's not. It's not. It's pointing over there. She gestured toward an overgrown path. Emma hesitated, torn between caution and curiosity. We've come this far, she said finally. Let's see where it leads. The friends followed the compass, their footsteps crunching on the dried leaves. The path wound deeper into the forest, and with each step, the whistle grew louder and more haunting. The path ended abruptly at a clearing where a massive stone structure loomed. It looked like an ancient altar covered in moss and similar symbols as the ones by the campfire. This is incredible, Noah whispered. But before they could explore further, the wind howled, extinguishing their flashlights and leaving them in darkness. A deep voice echoed through the clearing. Why have you disturbed this place? The friends froze, realizing they weren't alone. Emma's voice shook as she replied, We didn't mean to. But before she could finish, the voice cut her off. Leave now or face the consequences. Without hesitation, they turned and ran, the mysterious compass still clutched in Ava's hand.
All right, excellent job. So very nicely done. Let's check out a few questions. So the first multiple choice question here, it says, what was inside the wooden chest that they discovered? So you guys can either answer out loud or in the chat. Okay, so I see one answer here. Two answers, great. Option B, it says a rusty key, brittle papers, and a compass. Nicely done. Absolutely correct. And the second question, why did the group decide to leave the stone structure? All right, I got one answer so far. Why did they decide to leave the stone structure? All right, awesome. Two answers, both saying option C, perfectly done. A voice warned them to leave. Excellent. All right, pretty simple. Now let's check out a long answer question. This question we're trying to answer with around 3 to 5 sentences. And it says, how did the group's emotions change throughout the story? Provide examples of their initial feelings and how they evolved as the events unfolded. So we're trying to talk about the characters and their emotions. How did they change throughout the story? Let's see. So I can actually just put the story in the chat for you guys, if that makes things easier. So I'll do that right now. If anyone has any questions, please let me know. All right, so it's been around 5 minutes so far. So let's try to see some answers in the next few minutes. And again, if you have any questions, please let me know.
Cool.
All right, so I see one answer here so far. So I'm gonna continue with this answer. If there's any other answers coming in, feel free to submit. All right, Charlie, can you read your answer for us, please?
When they first arrived in the forest, they were a little nervous, but they became curious when they found the ancient symbols. They became uneasy when Ava said, "No, Liam, I think they're a warning." They became intrigued when they found a chest. When the voice confronted them, they started to become scared and ran.
All right, excellent. Very well done. So we have a great progression throughout the story here. Talking about when they first arrived in the forest, and then when the main conflict or the main point in the story happened, which is a chest. That's when the children got a little intrigued, and then the voice confronting them. Excellent job. So just proofreading this, I didn't see anything that stood out, no errors here. But they became curious when they found the ancient symbols. They became uneasy when Ava said, "No, Liam, I think they're a warning," they became. All right, so the only thing I would change is we're repeating the phrase "they became" almost in every single sentence. So it does get repetitive. So let's try to switch it up here and there. So instead of saying "they became," we can say "they felt." So they felt uneasy. When Ava said, "No, Liam, I think they're a warning," they became intrigued. Let's say afterwards, the group was intrigued. Oops. All right, so here again, this is an example of our transition word. Takes us from the previous sentence to the next sentence in a smoother fashion. So afterwards, the group was intrigued when they found a chest. When the voice confronted them, they started to become scared and ran. All right, very solid answer here. Excellent job and great use of the events in the story to back up your statement. So I don't see another answer, so I'm going to continue with our lesson. Last few minutes in class, so we can still try one exercise here. So previously we talked about persuasive writing, talked about how to make a strong persuasive paragraph, and I don't know if we've got into the points of role playing in persuasive writing. Essentially what this means is it just practices your imaginative and creative techniques when persuading people to do something or teaching them about something. So previously we talked about taking on the role of a principal. Overall, we want to see if we can take on different roles to put ourselves in their shoes and to think of arguments based on those roles. So it's not based on your own thoughts or anything. It's not based on you as a student. It's based on you as whatever role you're thinking of. So it'll be a little bit easier when we do an exercise. Essentially, there are a few points that we have to be careful of. Of course, choosing the role. So identifying the mindset and perspective of that role. And the next key point is to define the audience. Who is your audience? Who are you talking to? And how can you relate to your audience? How can you persuade your audience? And then craft arguments based on your role. So make sure your arguments are realistic. So make sure a principal is actually going to say things that are about improving the school. All right, so we have a few minutes. Let's see if we can take on, not this question, this question. Let me delete this. Let's see if we can take on this question here. This time you are taking on the role of a detective who has knowledge about solving a case, solving a high-stakes case. Write a paragraph about the following topic. Convince the police chief to let you lead the case. So you have evidence, you have knowledge, but you're not part of the team yet. You're trying to convince the police chief to let you lead the case. So I'll give you guys a few minutes to write your answer. Please try to write at least 3 to 4 sentences because we are short on time. If you have any questions, let me know.
Bây giờ ông bà nó đi xử được à? Qua.
Đây rồi. Nó nổ đấy. Nó lại còn sắp việc. Đi ra rất thì được.
Thì điều đấy nó có bắt đi chung.
Bắt qua đi không à?
Ôi, có điều này cả xoa có bắt đi, người ta thì chỉ này. Đấy, nó có bắt đi. Cái gì làm vậy?
Cái đó còn gì?
Cái đó là cả. Nó có đi nó
이거 공
그래.
청소하면 되지. 아이가 공이야. 아, 너보다 공이래.
이거 이거 빠따가 이거.
干嘛呢？啊？让你们在干嘛？啊？Amy，让你干嘛？
写
你写好了没？写好你还在这玩？
因为你问我。
All right, so we have a couple minutes left in class. Please try to submit if you're still writing so that we can take it up. All right, so I didn't get any answers for this question, so I'm actually going to leave this for homework in that case. Oops. So you guys can work on this for homework and then submit it next time. And I'll just move this over here. All right. But that's it for today's class. Great stuff, you guys. I will see you next week. Take care.